In this video, I'm going to show you 7 AI tools that make me money every single day. And not only that, but I'm going to show you exactly how to use them so you can get paid. So if you're excited, smash the like button because we're going to dive in. I'm going to show you exactly the tools I use, how I use them, and what you need to do to put money in your pocket. And these AI tools are not to be ignored. If you're looking to make money online, look no further, because today I'm going to show you my secret AI tools stack. And don't worry, if you've seen a couple of these before, be sure to pay close attention, because the ways that I'm using these tools to make money is far different from anything you've ever seen before. In fact, we're going to push these tools to the limits. We're going to see what AI can do and how to automate everything so you can make money online in a super simple way. Gone are the days of having to create endless content, thousands of blog posts, and pray to the gods that you get traffic. None of that exists anymore because now we have AI. And for those that know how to use AI properly, well, you can virtually print money on demand. And it's actually pretty simple, but you need to pay close attention because some of this stuff is going to seem so simple that you might wonder, does this actually work? And I'd probably think the same thing if I didn't actually use these tools to make money for myself. Some of these tools are free. Some of them are like $30, $40, $50 a month. So I would advise start where you're at. If you don't have any money, start with the free stuff and then upgrade after you start making some money. And even if you do have the means, make sure that you're getting the tools that you need to do the tasks that actually make you money. We don't want to just load up on a bunch of tools and then start a business. We want to only get the tools at the time we need them for the exact reason we need them. Yes, this is about building a lean, mean, money-getting machine. And we're going to do it all right here, right now with AI. So, if you're ready, smash that like button, sit back, relax, and let me show you the 7 AI tools that make me money every day. All right, so these are the 7 tools that I use on a daily basis to make money online with AI. It's actually very simple, and I'll give you a little head start plan to making $10,000 a month or more. It's not as hard as you might think. So what we're going to do is first take a look at the obvious one, which is ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is a conversational AI, and with their new plans, they actually now have Sora, which is a video generator I went through in a video yesterday, where you can create video based on text, which is really cool if you're doing faceless YouTube channels and different things like that. With ChatGPT, what I'm primarily doing is using it to make content flows and actual content. So I can come through here like I did for this training and make the actual notes for this training. As you can see here, it went through the 7 tools that I gave it. I can also go through and have it do all kinds of different things like ideas for job tools. We actually went through and used it for thumbnails, where it'll tell you the types of thumbnails to do. It'll make different lists based on whatever your niche is, which is pretty cool. This is a list that I did for gardening and survival and things like that, which is perfect for like if I want to make, Pinterest pins or content or something like that. It's also very good to do research. So we can have it go through and say, now tell me about these. Or if I was going to do a Pinterest pin, I can say, now give me 3 things must have. And it'll go through and it'll do the list of here's some things that you need on a solar charger for survival or whatever it is. So we can actually use this to get customized content in a very simple way. And it can actually write blog posts for us. I have a content team. I think we're about 15 people strong right now, and they use ChatGPT to actually make the content. We're creating the content by saying, now please make an article about this, and it'll make an article about these different things and whatever it is. So here we have solar charger essentials, and you can see it is writing the article for us. This is really good for content because this content can rank in Google, and Google rankings equal money. I'll put some videos in the description that talk more about how to get traffic from Google and make money. Now, it's very important that you remember the content needs to be good. It needs to be unique, and it needs to solve a problem. So if you're out there talking about the 3 things that a solar charger must need in emergencies, well, then can you add to it? Maybe there's one that, lasts for 2 days or 10 days, or one for batteries or TVs or radios or whatever it is. Very, very, very important. So we can see here, it's actually writing the article for us, which is great. Also, in ChatGPT, if you utilize this little button here, we can use Canvas and actually create code. This is really cool because I can go in here and I can create WordPress plugins, calculators for my website, pretty much the whole 9 yards. Very simple. I can say, please make a PHP calculator for my website. And let's say maybe I was doing the generator for how long my generator will last based on my needs. And it'll make a little calculator. It's like, oh, do you have a fridge hooked up to it? Okay, deduct an hour. How many kilowatt hours is it? And it'll make that tool for you. Now, the cool thing about this is I could just upload this to my website and bada bing, bada bang, I will have a working calculator. We do this all the time. I have uploaded a bunch of different tools over here. Let's see here, right here, like this one, where this is like a funding tool finder where you say, oh, I want to get $5,000 for my school for classroom development, and it'll find the best grant for you with the website. Very cool, very helpful tool, and a lot of people don't realize, but having these tools is key. Other things you can do with ChatGPT is create a video script, create an outline or a PDF. Like I can go through and say, hey, make a checklist for people who want to prep for a hurricane. Something like this is very simple, and it'll make a little checklist and different things like that. And it'll actually format it too, which is really cool. You can actually program an entire website with ChatGPT. A lot of people don't know that, but it's a very, very versatile tool that you can use for anything from transcripts to creating images, to making ideas, helping you with titles, thumbnails, the whole 9 yards. You can use it as your marketing friend, and you can ask it whatever you want. I could say, come up with a good, catchy headline for my video about 7 AI tools that make me money. Something like that, and it'll go through and it'll come up with some headlines and it'll give you some options and different things like that. You can also use this for research. You can have it take things out, add things to a list. Very, very simple, very easy. You can have it remove commas. You can have it turn keywords into titles. Pretty much the whole 9 yards. I've done anything from creating content to video scripts to full-blown WordPress plugins using ChatGPT, ChatGPT 4 with Canvas, and the other ones as well. I've also used this to make thumbnails where you could say, now please make a thumbnail image. Now, I did notice that when it does thumbnail images, a lot of times it will include the YouTube logo, which I don't want on my thumbnails. So if I say just make a wide format image, it might do better. So going through here, there's a lot of things that ChatGPT can do. GPT, there we go. I will say this correctly, from images to pretty much everything. And I use this on a daily basis. I'm creating content, all kinds of stuff. You can also integrate with APIs. You can customize behavior through tone. You can actually train it as well. A lot of people don't know, but I can give ChatGPT certain documents and certain things from maybe my favorite copywriter or someone who writes funny scripts. Like if you were to give it a bunch of Seinfeld scripts and then say, hey, make me a sitcom idea or something like that. Obviously, watch out for copyright and plagiarism, but that's an idea of how it can work. It's very, very simple, and it will make a human-based type thing. Very simple, and you can do content, coding, learning, the whole 9 yards. Actually, the other day, I was studying the grift that was the token made by the Haktwa girl, and I was like, okay, I don't understand how this stuff works. And so I went and I actually asked it, you know, how do these coins work? And I was going through, let's see here, coin. I think it was something out there where I went through, there it is, Crypto Metrics Explained. And I had asked it, like, how did it work? How did it compare to Gary Vee or other cryptos? How does it compare to NFTs? And in the process of learning, I actually got some content that would work. Right? Because now we're looking at this, and obviously you guys saw that the Hawk coin jumped up in price and then dropped, which makes it look like it might be a rug pull. Again, I don't know a lot about this stuff, but I was able to learn, and I can actually say, well, hey, Here are the red flags to watch for. I can come up with a video script. I can come up with a blog post or whatever it is. So ChatGPT is definitely a tool that we need to be using daily to make money. And to make money with it, you can create content, video scripts, images. You can use it to parse data, change data, the whole 9 yards. The next tool we're going to look at here is Canva. Canva is very good for like online graphic design and different things like that. Now in Canva, they have a lot of embedded tools with AI. So if we were to go here and say, hey, I want to make this Instagram or make me an image or whatever it is, we can utilize their AI and say, make money tips post or something like that. It'll actually go through and it'll make that post for us. And it's really easy. We don't really have to do anything. What it'll do is this will help you build things at scale. And you can see that they're actually pretty nice. Now, as far as the text goes, it's not quite there yet, but we can go through and edit this and make it however we want. I'm going to show you a tool in just a minute that does this even better. And it's not going to do an image that's locked as an image. It's going to make it editable so that we can go through and change things. Now, using this, you can create flyers, you can create downloads, you can create pretty much anything and everything from Pinterest pins. I think it even creates short videos as well. And some of my programmers and my content makers use Canva on a daily basis to make our Pinterest pins and things like that. It's very easy, it's very user-friendly, and this is the kind of thing where you could go out there and use Canva with AI and sell pins. What we're doing is literally going here and picking a niche. So I would go through with a niche and I'd say, tell me 25 WordPress plugins or 25 AI tools. This will give me 25 AI tools, and then I would say, now turn these into 25 Pinterest pin titles based on what the tool does. And this is going to be very simple. And now I can go through, once this is done, and parse it into titles, and then take those titles and make content that'll actually work. We do this all the time with Pinterest, and it gets traffic like crazy. Don't underestimate it. It's actually very simple and very easy. And now what it's doing is it's doing that research for us. We can have it include the prices or whatever. Transform your content with ChatGPT, how Jasper helps you write, boost your marketing copy. See how these are really good? And now I can turn these into Pinterest pins, and bada bing, bada boom, I'm off to the races, which is very simple, okay? Now, one of the other things I want you to notice is we're using these tools alongside each other. So I'm going to go through and say, okay, let's get these pins here. Then I'll go to Canva and create the pins, or I'll go to Perplexity and learn about them and different things like that. Making content like this is key. And if you've never done it before, you can actually learn how to do it and sell it as a service to other websites in a very simple way. The third tool we're going to look at is what I believe one of the most underrated AI tools alive today, and that is the PowerPoint CoPilot. What this is basically Microsoft PowerPoint, which is one of my favorite tools ever. And what this does is it actually has AI embedded, and it will create a slideshow based on what you want. So if I go through and I do File New, and I do a blank presentation, and then I want to give it this info here, maybe these top AI tools or whatever, it'll go through and make a presentation. Or I can go through, I can click CoPilot right like this, and I can say, make a presentation about the top 25 AI tools, uses, prices, ECT. This will actually go through and make the slides for me, which has a secret bonus. Every slide is now an image. All I would need to do is screenshot it, size it up a bit, and bada bing, bada bang, I now get images. Another bonus is every slideshow can now be a video. I can go through and I can read the slides. I can use AI voice to read the slides. And then boom, there we go. We're off to the races with a full-on program. And you can see here in minutes, top 25 AI tools. We have the overview. There's 10 that are for 10 AI tools, and then 10 with their prices or whatever. So it's going through intro. What is AI? Why is it important? Here we have the tools, IBM Watson, Amazon, Google Cloud, different things like that. So it kind of missed the mark a little bit I think because of my directions, like had I had my directions a little bit more specific, like maybe I say something like ChatGPT for consumers like ChatGPT, just list them. And let's see how this does. And it's really cool because it'll go through and find the images and make it work. And I actually find that the images that this thing does are better than what you get with like in video and stuff like that, because in video tends to be a little bit too liberal and literal rather, where like, you know, it'll say, hey, skip ahead to the next chapter. It'll have like someone skipping when it's like, okay, we don't really want that. We want something that symbolizes skipping ahead. So now we can see it did do a good job of the tools for the different things, right? So we have like an outline here. So I would probably go through and give it the actual list here. So if I did these 25, right, like this, I can give it this here and have it make a slideshow based on this. And it's pretty cool. Again, using them alongside each other is going to be the game changer. Let's go ahead and do file new, right, like this, blank, and we'll do this here. Make this a slideshow with prices and info. And we'll go through right like this. It should do a good job here. I don't think that's too long. And it looks like it's still going. So we'll come back to that one and show you what it looks like. But using PowerPoint is key because you can actually record the slideshow. You can make it whatever you want. It's super simple. And it actually looks like it's done now. It's got 32 slides. Let's see how we did. Content writing, Grammarly, Hemingway, that's good. So that's pretty cool. It actually gave like an overview of what you need with the tools. That's cool. Then we have ChatGPT, Jasper. This did fantastic, and it's got the prices there, which is really cool. And this is the kind of thing where I could literally just read this and make it a video. I mean, what am I doing right now? I'm literally talking about 7 AI tools. It's the same kind of thing, only I'm putting my own personality into it. Whereas if you wanted to just do AI, there's plenty of people making money with simple little PowerPoint type AI videos. And that brings us to my favorite research tool, which is Perplexity. Perplexity is good. It's not so much good for like writing stuff, but it's good for doing research. So if I was to say, find news reports of people that made 50K a year or more with a side hustle, this will actually go through and find those reports and cite them. So this will actually take and make your research time literally non-existent, because what's going to happen is it's going to go through and show those ones. So there's one there, a slot machine mathematician. Here's one here with trends. You have creator economy, you have more creator economy, and all different kinds of things related to side hustles and things like that. And you can get very specific with this and ask it very specific things like, now find Etsy specific side hustles. And this will go through and, you know, it'll find you the Etsy ones, and you can find niches, you can find all kinds of stuff here, or you can simply write reports about these people that are making money on Etsy. And here you have this one with some pickles. I think we talked about her before. She ran into some hot water with those pickles. This one here with printable products. Here's one with print-on-demand clothes, print-on-demand accessories. This is actually a friend of mine. She's pretty cool. She does a lot of stuff there. And going through and looking at these is key because, I mean, now what would happen if instead of, you know, trying to go into the side hustle market, I was like, okay, now let's go to ChatGPT. And this is where it comes in, like pairing these together. Tell me 50 Etsy side hustles. And then I can use Perplexity to go through and find specific jewelry one, right? So now I could be like, okay, now find Etsy ones selling jewelry. And this will go through and it'll find them. And this is content that is going to be readable because now I'm like, here's 10 people who made money selling Etsy on jewelry. Boom, there we go. It's a form of curated content that works like crazy. And you could see here are the exact things that we want, right? And then I can go through and say, now, how about pet portraits, right? This is one my friend, I forget her name. I think it was Karen or something like that. She did a lot with that. And we can go through Caitlin, that was it. how about pet portraits? Her name will probably come up on this one. Christina, that was it. And she did a really good job with the pet portraits on Etsy. And we had an interview with her somewhere. Here's one. Roma did these. Prime Design Arts, and different things like that. So what it's going to do is it's going to make you much faster at research, and it's going to put you in markets that you might not have been in before in ways you wouldn't think to go in there. So this is going to give you an angle unlike anything else. Use these tools together. This is what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. If you wanted to make a channel about finding successful Etsy stores, you could do that. If you wanted to make one about startups, I mean, you see people all the time that have startup channels where they're literally talking about business startups, right? We could go here and say, start up businesses, right? Like this. And you could see how to start up a business. Here's some business ideas. And you're going to find all kinds of stuff where they're talking about business startups like this here. Businesses to start with $0. And you could ask ChatGPT, what are 50 businesses I can start with less than $1,000 USD? And it'll go through and it'll give you those lists. And then I'm going to use this here. And I'm going to put this in Perplexity. Find people successful with a side hustle freelance writing, and it'll go through and it'll find them. So now I'm like, boom, 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 here we go. Now I got, 50 side hustles with 50 success reports, and I could talk about what they're doing. Obviously, fact check them. They give you the little facts here. This is why I love Perplexity. And I can make content that works in a specific way. It is so simple, it's not even funny. But everyone else is trying to do the same thing. Oh, hey, ChatGPT, write me an article, and let's hope it ranks on Google. Well, maybe, maybe not. What if we start to do this in a different way, and now we're like, hey, for 2025, here's how to start with freelancing, and here's some people who did that. Very, very cool. And thinking about it that way is much like we did on my Pinterest account, which has been badly neglected lately. But my Pinterest account, we went through, and we got quite a few followers. I think we were up to like 15,000, 20,000 views a month. And it was all with simple stuff, simple products that had to do with drop shipping. So instead of like drop shipping tips, which is what normally people would think, I was looking up the products, seeing how successful they were, finding how much they cost, and templatizing that in a very, very simple way. So using Perplexity is an absolute game changer. The next one is a little bit more complicated. This is the bolt.new AI tool. What bolt.ai does is it actually creates software. Now, I have some videos. I'll put videos on each of these in the description. But with this one, I can actually go here and say, create a WordPress plugin that captures leads for realtors via, let's say, house listings. Something like that. And it'll actually go through and it'll make all the files for this WordPress plugin, and it'll work right out of the gate. You can see here it's creating it right like this. It's doing all the coding. It's doing all the programming, which literally makes this super, super simple. And you can see it's doing multiple files. Now, again, this is more complicated, but this is one you can use to make a lot of money. I used this just last week to make a plugin to sell a membership course that's 17 bucks. And we got like almost 500 people signed up. And a lot of it was due to the plugin I created here in Bolt. And you can actually see in our history somewhere, you can see where that tool was. But I'll link to it below as well. Here we go. I think it's under your chats. Let's do plugin, right, like this. And it'll actually go through and show that. I think I'm on like mind-blowingly big resolution. So it's not really showing, but here we go. Let's go right to this one here, WordPress recommended reading, restructured, this one here. So it restructured this WordPress plugin for me, and it worked right out of the gate. All I had to do is go here and put my name on here, right? Like it says plugin name, plugin URI, stuff like that. Super simple. And it even has like that ask button that popped up right there. And it'll say, hey, what is this? How do I fix this? Different things like that. So utilizing this to make little plugins, tools, and software and calculators and things like that, absolute game changer. I mean, you think about sites like mortgage calculator websites. If you were to go here and look at mortgagecalculator.org, it's a website that just has mortgage calculators on it. 10 years ago, you would have had to create this by scratch, go through and make all the calculators and do all the work. Today, I could literally ask AI to create this, right? And they're getting, what, 1.4 million visitors a month with a traffic value of over $1 million a month. I mean, that's literally insane. And you might be saying, well, Marcus, they've been around a while, they rank in Google. How am I going to compete? Well, you make the calculators, and then you make YouTube videos showing how to use the calculators, and then you make Pinterest pointing to them, and then you do a press release about your new calculator tool site, and there you go. But the key is making them super simple. If I was to go to bolt.new, right like this, and let's create a new one, we'll go here, and we'll say, please make a house price drop calculator based on current prices and prices 1 year ago, where the customer or visitor can enter the details and mortgage rates ECT. This will actually go through and do the thinking. So now I could be like, well, here's a house price calculator for Florida where prices are tanking here in Florida. It might show you, hey, this is how much they went down. This is how much they went up. Here's how to calculate it. And you could see it's doing the whole thing. I could even say, make me a site like mortgagecalculator.org. And it'll go through and get all the info and say, okay, here's all the calculators they have. Here's what we can create. And again, super simple. This site makes a ton of money. And don't just think about this one. Like you could go out there and just type in calculator and find out what people want. In fact, just a couple weeks ago, we created over at my sobriety site, this Talk Sober sobriety counter that literally counts their sobriety, makes it all fancy looking, takes a screenshot so they could share it on social media, has it to where they can join and get a custom mug. And this was all created with AI. This one was actually created with ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas. It's super simple. I mean, we just went through and I added the picture of the mug, okay? And then I made sure it was blank there so that it would actually enter the stuff. And then we had like a little tools here and things like that. And this stuff works like crazy. I mean, you look, all the people looking up different calculators. Here's one for alcohol, right? You can even do one for sobriety date. There was like sobriety date counter, sobriety, I think it was calculator, something like that. There it is, sobriety calculator. So now we're in this niche where these people are interested in sobriety, they're using the tool, and it leads to stuff that pays lots and lots of money. So using something like bolt.ai is a game changer. There is a learning curve, so you're gonna have to learn it. You're gonna have to learn how to upload files. Again, I will have videos on each of these in the description. Check those out, we'll have them. Next up, we have Make AI, which to me is the most complicated of all of these. What Make AI does is it'll do a system, right? So I can go in and say, use this, check it for the titles, whatever, then parse it. And then when it gets to ChatGPT, what happens is it's literally telling it to write an article and then post it on my blog. Right, so it's literally doing all the work for me, which is really crazy. So this one, I'll link to some videos about this in the comments and in the description. And what it does is it literally does everything automatically as many times as I want. I could say run this once a day. It'll do the work, it'll make the blog post, it'll add an image, it'll put it on WordPress. This is something that's really cool. However, I would say have it put it on WordPress pending, because I'm not a big fan of auto-generated AI content. I want to be able to edit these first. And right now, I would not trust AI to just manage my blog because I don't know what it's going to say. And I want to make sure it's legit and good. But having this can actually help you in a very, very simple way. And you can go in and you can have it read the news and find the news stuff and give you feedback or make articles on it. You can have it scrape a website and say, oh, hey, we want to find different news reports from this website or whatever. Just make sure you have the rights to scrape or use whatever you're using. A lot of this stuff is falling into a gray area with AI. So make sure you're always on like the good side of things and don't do anything shady or weird. But using Make is actually really cool. You can go through and schedule things. Think of Make as a person that's going to use AI on your behalf. Like right now, I can go to ChatGPT and I can ask it something. I can go to Perplexity and I can get some data. I can write an article. But what this is going to do is it's kind of like, okay, Make, I want you to watch these news reports, find details about new side hustles. Every time you find one, I want you to make a blog post about it, and here's how I want you to write the blog post. So it's literally doing everything hands off. This is going to change the way we compute, and this is probably the closest thing that we have to AI agents so far, because it's literally doing everything for you in a crazy way. We also checked this out with our computer that we set up Claude on, which was kind of interesting. We'd put Claude AI on its own computer, and it was actually like opening apps and running things and writing in Word and making Excel files and the whole 9 yards. So using Make.ai, it's a small part of what I do right now, but it's going to become a bigger part once we start to look at those processes. Think of Make as, in the future, I'm going to want these processes. This can do it for us. And lastly, we have Hedra. Hedra or Hedra is a tool that allows you to make videos with an image. So I can put a cartoon image in here and I can generate a video, much like we had here. Like I did this one here based on my
50 websites every
right here.
Marketer needs to know.
So we could do like TikTok videos or whatever. We tried to make the lizard talk, but it's not quite there yet. This one actually did pretty good here.
Hi there, how are you?
So it's pretty cool. You can go in, you can put your text, and again, use these together. If I was to go through and say, hey, here's 50 side hustles, right? Maybe you can do 3, right? You say, okay, here's 3 side hustles. And I can do something like this. Let's go over to Hedra. I can do create. I can do a photo here or generate my own person. Let's say a guy in a suit with a fancy hat. Okay, something like this. And it'll create the person for you. And then you don't even have to do the voice, right? I could go here and say 3 side hustles under $1,000. Okay, very simple. And let's put a comma just in case. And then I could go through and say create, and it'll take the voice here. I think we need to select a voice. Let's do Brian. And then we could do preview. I think we just do create. And oh, there we go. It's going to create him again. That's fine. And it will do generate, right? And then when you click generate, it'll actually take the voice, add it, and then you're ready to go. And it's super inexpensive. This one's like $50 a month, not much to it. But again, using these together, like I can take this face, I can have the PowerPoint, and I can have him read the PowerPoint with the voice, and all I got to do is record each one changing, and bada bing, bada boom, I'm ready to go. And this is something that you can use in a simple way. And I think if you wanted to get traffic and get to $10,000 a month quickly, what I would do is I would make a tool. So I'd make a WordPress plugin or something in bolt.new. I would package it, and then I would make videos about it and about surrounding things. So let's say I had a WordPress plugin for content. I would say, please list all the content helping WordPress plugins, at least 50. What I could do is I could make a PowerPoint of each one and how it helps. So I could go through and say, hey, today we're talking about the page builder. How does that work? Good, great, wonderful. Go to my website to check out my new content thing or whatever it is, right? Very, very simple. Or if you're doing real estate, like maybe 50 different real estate tips for thriving when house prices drop. Okay, go to my site to get this real estate plugin that'll help you get more sales or whatever it is. And using video marketing, if you do it the right way, is a game changer because you can reach people a lot faster and the content's a lot easier to make and people consume it better. And you can see here,
3 side hustles under $1,000 cleaning services. Offer home or office cleaning, pet sitting, wash dog walking, care for pets in your local...
Pretty cool, right? And you know, you look for the errors, like it said pet sitting and dog walking or something like that. But very simple. And you can add this, you can drop the background, make it look like a talking head kind of deal. Very, very simple. So using these tools together is a game changer. What I would say do, if you want to get to 10K a month, again, remember, results not typical, implied, or guaranteed. Well, I have made at least $10,000 a month for almost like 25 years now, probably 24. The results are not typical. Most people make nothing. But if you have a systematic niche and you say, okay, I'm going to go for side hustles, or I'm going to go for costs of home repairs, or I'm going to go for mortgages or house prices or insurance or something like that, and you start to systematically build it out. Say, hey, what are 50 home remodel things or home damages, home repairs people have often? And then I would say, okay, well, what do I want to do? Well, my goal would be get them into like a home warranty or something like that. And then you could talk about, hey, one of the things they have is leaky faucets. Here's how much it costs. And what you could do is templatize it. Now make a template for a note card based on the fix or the problem, how much it is to fix, what it does, ECT, 7 items. And then this will fit perfectly on a Pinterest. Then we could make a little slideshow and read it. And we're just going to talk about, hey, here's what you need to know as a new homeowner. I mean, it's super simple if you understand how it works. And then all I would do is say, now make one for number 1. Boom. Watch this. Once it's done, we will do, now make this, oh, well, actually did one. So there it goes. It's going to do it right there. What is it? How does it work? How much does it cost to fix? There you go. It's actually making them for me. It's making 7 of them right there. And you can go through and make this in PowerPoint. Again, using these together is the absolute key. So we'll do File, New, blank, and we can say CoPilot, make this a slideshow, boom. And it'll go through and make a slideshow on this. We can make a short little video about, hey, here's the problems people have when you're a new homeowner. That's why you need a home warranty or home insurance or whatever it is that fits. And you can do this with any type of content. It's not hard to do. And these are the kind of things where it compiles. Is your first video or pin going to knock it out of the park? Most likely no. It might get like 1 view. But doing this over and over again is going to build that audience. It's going to teach you what they want. You're going to see what they click on, and you're going to learn more about this. And you can even say, you know, give me a title for it. Now we have our slideshow, which literally took like 2 seconds to make, and it shows the prices and different things like that. And we can even say, now get them in, now make a slide, now add a slide about why a home warranty would be good. Boom. And then you just put your affiliate link on that one and you say, oh, go to my website, home warranty, whatever, and you're good to go. And there we go. Very simple. Don't overcomplicate these. These work really good. It does take some work, but hey, we got AI. Getting to $10,000 a month has never been easier, and I've been doing this for over 25 years. So use these 7 tools, watch the videos in the description to learn more about them, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.